Guys, it's Brooke here, and I just wanted to do one quick video again, talking about something that is kind of fucked up. Um, how much poop is in your drinking water? This is on howstuffworks.com. An article came out recently that there was this guy who was trying to figure out how to recycle fecal matter into fresh drinking water. And I decided to do some research on this because I already knew there was crap in the water. I mean, that's common knowledge. Like, they put shit in the water and fluoride, but this is really getting serious to the point where they're just openly talking about it. I didn't realize how much crap was in the water. Well, I knew there was crap in the water, but I mean, this is really, really serious. I'm going to read this article right here. The word is being heard. Bottled water is not all it's cracked up to be. This message arrives just in time for us to learn that sewage, including human excrement and dangerous industrial chemicals, is spilling into the waterways across America. As reported by Charles Duhigg in the New York Times, in the last 3 years alone, more than 9,400 of the nation's 25,000 sewage systems, including those in major cities, have reported violating the law by dumping untreated or partly treated human waste, chemicals, and other hazardous materials into rivers and lakes and elsewhere, according to data from state environmental agencies and Environmental Protection Agency. Now, this has been going on for a long time, but I wanted to talk about this because this is really getting serious. It's getting to the point where you think that you're trying to be healthy by drinking water, because I drink a lot of water. I would show my camera, I would turn my camera around and show you guys how many packs of water I have, because I am a frequent water drinker. I love water. It really cleanses the system, but now it's getting to the point where you can't even trust bottled water, and bottled water has always had crap in it. I heard about something saying that there was sex hormones or chemicals in the plastic that's made out of the drinking water bottles. I already knew there was crap in the water, but man, I mean, it's getting to the point where we're just drinking straight shit, and this whole entire environment is, it's just, I'm surprised human beings are still thriving and surviving in such a shitty environment. The air is really messed up. The water is really messed up. I mean, where do we turn? Even the plants are cloned and GMOs and stuff like that. So for someone like me who's a vegetarian, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm going to try to eat plants so I could feel better, because when I was at work, I felt, I remember I was at a job in Jersey City, and I used to feel really, really tired near 3 o'clock after eating. So I started to just be vegetarian to see if that would help me, and it helped me a lot. But it's getting to the point where me running to bottled water and just fresh fruits and vegetables, these vegetables, if you have seedless vegetables, those are cloned or genetically modified, because anything that's natural will have seeds in it, because the Most High and the earth put that there on purpose so that you could plant more food and keep eating and live well. But no, they have to take the seeds out of the fruit, out of grapes and stuff, because people are annoyed at chewing them. Well, how dare you be annoyed at nature? They're putting the seeds there, but because we can't grow our own food because it's illegal, there's no purpose for seeds. It's just a big conspiracy. It's just a bunch of bullshit, and all I do is pray. I do my best to find fresh vegetables and eat. I go to Whole Foods and stuff, but sometimes they have shit there too, which are organic this and organic that. But the powers that be, they want us getting sick. They want us locked down in the matrix more and more and more. When I was growing up, people weren't getting, well, I guess people were getting sick, but I feel sicker than I ever felt comparing to the past. I go outside, my allergies are nonstop, relentless, and even when I drink a lot of water, sometimes I'd be like, this water, something's funny about this bottled water, something doesn't taste right. And even when I eat the vegetables, like, when I went to certain supermarkets, the vegetables were kind of strange to me. I'm like, are these cloned vegetables or are these real vegetables? It's crazy, and this is a really messed up world. I remember watching a lecture with Bobby Hemmett, which is one of my favorite researchers and spiritual teachers. And he was talking about how in the world are these fast food places serving billions and billions of people with all the amount of animals they slaughter every day. There has to be cloned food. I know at one point or another in my life I've eaten some cloned food, I've eaten some shit thinking it was food, and it's not. A lot of this stuff out here is not even food. It's not even real. A lot of this stuff is, you know how you have candy and all this stuff, it's synthetic food. They put something in it to make it taste like food, but it's really just chemicals. And I think it's sad that the poorer you are, the more unreal your life is. Like, a lot of poor people and a lot of people who work a decent job, a 9 to 5, a lot of working people who aren't rich or in the elite, they buy what they can. They do what they can, and most of the food out here, unless you're really, really rich and can actually get some real fresh fruits and vegetables, a lot of shit out here is bullshit. And the poorer you are, the more you're locked down in the matrix. The more you're taking in the illusion. Candy and sugar, and even the water is messed up. Like, they're trying to recycle shit and turn it into water, and the sewage systems are not filtering correctly, and it's a mess. It's just like the Flint situation. The Flint situation was, they just didn't even give a crap. I mean, there's already shit in the water, but they just didn't give a crap at Flint. The water was just straight brown and disgusting, and the water is so bad that we can't even drink from the tap. I can't even drink water from the tap, and if I use tap water, I have to boil it, because that's how bad it is. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's sad. It's really bad. It's so much shit going on. The weather modification, the pollution, like the sky. Like, I remember when I would come home from work and look into the sky. I'd be in the car and we'd be on the highway. Like, I would drive home on the highway, and the sky was so pink and full of clouds that look like pollution, and it's just bad. I mean, and nobody cares about the chemtrails, and nobody cares about the fact that most of the time, I don't mean to say this to scare people, most of the time when you're eating something, most of that shit ain't even real. And you wonder why people are getting cancer and sick and rash and doctor every fucking month. Like, we're not even, this is not even real anymore. I mean, we have crappy information, crappy food, shit on TV that doesn't help anybody grow spiritually unless you really search for things. There's some movies out there that really tell some great truths. Like, I just watched this movie called Wag the Dog. I know it's an old movie. I've been watching a lot of, like, movies that deal with conspiracy. So lately I've watched The Island. I rewatched it because it was talking about cloning. And when I saw it the first time, years and years and years ago, before YouTube and the truth came out, I just like, oh, The Island, okay, whatever. But then I look back at that movie and how they were talking about cloning and what they do to the clones, how they take their organs and the REM sleep and all this stuff that Donald Marshall was discussing. I was just like, oh my goodness, there's something to this stuff. There's just a lot going on right now. And when you're a truther, you're risking your life, instead of just playing the game and accepting, because it's hard to just accept. Like, I can't even, when I look at my bottled water, I'm wondering, is there shit in this water? It looks clear. See, the thing is, things aren't always what they appear to be, things are always what the water looks clear, it looks like water, it kind of tastes like water, but is it really water? Now I can't even trust the water. Should I run around here and be paranoid about everything? No. But I'm just saying, like, I'm tired of getting sick. I'm really tired of getting sick even when I'm making an effort. I'm making a conscious effort to eat better and do better, but most of the shit out here ain't shit. Most of the real food and the real water, the elites have that. And these people eat shit too with their rituals, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't even know what to say. All I can do is just pray, keep talking about the truth. My spirit's like, the more I get into this stuff, the more dangerous my life's gonna be. I'm gonna lose people. I'm gonna lose friends. I'm gonna lose relationships. I'm gonna lose a lot. But I have to do it with my heart and my spirit. I have to be a part of this truth movement because I feel it in my soul that this is not right. We can't keep getting up every day. And of course I gotta work, I gotta pay my bills, and this stuff is okay. But I have to just be like, man, you know, why do we accept being oppressed? Like, why do we just keep taking it? Why isn't anybody doing anything about it? And people who do something about it, they die, they get killed. For example, Phil Schneider, who came out about the Area 51 and the Dulce underground bases, he came out with that stuff and then he got killed, and they said it was suicide, which was bullshit. A lot of truthers are poor. They can't really get jobs. You know, it's a huge sacrifice. But if it weren't for the sacrifices of these people, even Bobby Hemmitt, I'm worried about him because he had a stroke, and I'm wondering if someone's trying to take him out or trying to clone him. But when you're a truther and an investigator and a spiritual person, it's a sacrifice. Trust me, I've went through a lot in my life giving myself to this truth. I've lost a lot. I've been shamed a lot. I've been made fun of a lot. I've been bullied a lot. And I'm not saying this for people to feel bad. I don't care. This is just a part of the war. It's just a part of my journey. The Most High told me, I'm going to get a lot of hate, but just keep doing the right thing. The thing is this, what I thought in my mind. Even if people shit on me and treat me like shit, I still gotta get up and do the right thing. I still gotta say what's on my heart and say what's on my mind and speak the truth, no matter whether people are calling me names or not. You can call me crazy, you can call me weird, but I've been talking about this stuff for so long, about these reptilians and these aliens and these, the cloning stuff I just started really looking into. I wasn't really into it a long time ago, but all this information's coming out, and from my personal experiences, I said in another video, I'm just checking the time because sometimes this cuts off. I was on the train and I saw this woman that didn't even look human. She looked like some type of robot or something. So there's definitely something to this stuff going on, and I'm gonna keep fighting for the truth. There's been a lot of people who sacrificed their lives for truth. And I'd rather die fighting for what's right and doing the right thing than live a lie and live in the matrix, because some people want to be like Cypher. They're like, well, my steak tastes good, pussy feels good, my car is nice, you know, I get to go to nice restaurants and I like that. But when you actually are a truther and you have to walk the path, you see a lot of shit. And I'm starting to see it in my life. You get attacked on many levels. You get attacked spiritually by the dark forces. You get attacked by trolls online. People that are close to you start drifting away. It's like you give your all for this, and that's why I really, really respect truthers. I really respect them because I know they got to go through a lot. I know they got to go through a lot to do what they do on a daily basis. And me, I'm in my spiritual training. I'm training in my art. I'm training in my spirituality. I'm preparing myself for this journey. And it's going to be a lot of suffering, but I don't care about suffering. I still got to do I got to do the right thing, whether I'm suffering or not. And you can't always take the most comfortable path. My path could be like, well, I could say, fuck all this truth shit and just be as fake as possible and try to fake it to make it until I die and have the American dream. Or I could say, you know what? I'm tired of dreams. Where's the reality? I don't want no American dream. I want an African, which I am African. I want an African reality. Fuck the American dream. I'm tired of dreams. I'm tired of the Matrix. I'm tired of this bullshit. I really am. I'm tired of it. And as long as I'm in this physical body, my spirit is going to do the right thing, no matter what bullshit comes my way. So I really am thinking, I'm going to just name drop some people that I really appreciate their work. Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Delbert Blair is one of my favorites because he goes really deep into the extraterrestrial and alien things going on the planet and the science, and he talks about diodes and crystals and stuff to help you protect you from the ELF waves, and because the computers and the phones and stuff is giving people cancer. And see, you gotta understand something. We are made of water. Our bodies are mostly water and energy and chemical processes and Wi-Fi signals and radiation, and even this computer I got right here is like it's crazy. Just 1 second. So that it is what it is. I mean, we have to get back to what's right and do the right thing no matter what. I mean, that's all I can really say about that. There are going to be people walking around putting you down because of what you believe in. And I've seen this from my own 2 eyes and my 3rd eye. I've seen exactly what's going on. I've seen it spiritually, that we're under attack every day. Every day we're under attack. There's no end to this. And as long as we keep smiling, and as long as we got our paycheck, and as long as we got our nice little car and our nice little clothes and our nice little world, and I'm getting likes on Facebook and everyone is praising me or whatever, idolizing me, then everything's all good. And we got to get out of this narcissistic mentality. I'm so tired. That's why I had to get off of Facebook, because I just it's the more I was on Facebook, the more I felt like my soul was being destroyed. And not to knock people on Facebook, because there's a lot of truthers on Facebook. There's a lot of people on Facebook that want to get their knowledge out there and stuff like that. But I just, I just, all I do is pray. I always pray for protection for everybody, because it's a war. Every day is a war. It's a mind, body, and soul war. And the worst of all 3 of them is it's the war of the soul and the mind. And guys, trust me, I've been through a lot for this stuff. I know what these truthers go through. It's hard. It's really, really hard. And I could have just stayed on a dark path, I guess. I could have just stayed on a path of just like, well, whatever, as long as I'm famous, as long as my cartoon's doing well, I don't give a fuck. Like, I couldn't live like that. That wasn't who I was. Like, my whole life, I've been, like, I came from such a beautiful place. When I was born, like, I remember coming from such a beautiful place into this world. And coming from the stars and the heavens, and then coming into this world and learning what evil really is. And I would do anything to reconnect to that beautiful balance and love and peacefulness that I felt before I came to Earth, Terra. I'd do anything to reestablish that. If I have to fight for the truth, I gotta fight for the truth. I mean, anyway, that's all I gotta say. I'm ranting. You know what I was just thinking? I was just thinking, I'm just so happy. You know what I'm happy about? I'm happy that there's people actually coming out and getting tired of the system. They're getting really tired of the system. That's why they're going out of their way to put shit in the water, shit in the air, crap on TV. They're doing whatever it takes, doing massive rituals like the shooting in Las Vegas. They're doing whatever it takes to keep us down, but the consciousness is getting too strong that eventually they're gonna outright just start trying to kill people. Because it's like, this truth movement is so strong, and I'm so thankful to be a part of this time period where people are openly talking about reptilians and aliens. Like, I've dealt with aliens when I was a kid. So that for people to really come out on the mainstream and talk about it, it's like, thank you, God. I'm so happy that I know that I'm not crazy, and I know I'm not no lunatic talking about this stuff. All my life I've been called retarded and crazy and weird and all this names. Like, that shit don't bother me, because I know that what I experienced was real. I know my connection to the Most High is real, and I know what I've seen, my spiritual sight is very very accurate for what I've seen in the other frequency levels, where I've seen the shadow beings, and I've seen the reptilians, I've seen the gray aliens. I astral traveled to underground bases and cloning centers, and now my memory's coming back. And for some reason, the more I start talking about this, you know, my channel is not getting a lot of views. It's just, I could get on here and talk about some dumb shit, dance, buck dance or whatever, be a fucking coon and shit like that, and probably get lots and lots of views. But I'm not doing that shit. So I'd rather get 10 views putting some powerful shit out there than get 20,000 views fucking being a coon. I'm just being real. Doing makeup videos and shit. Like, that shit is cool, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but god damn it, like, I think makeup was invented by the reptilians. I can't remember. It was either them or some people, but I'm wearing makeup right now. I'm talking shit about that shit, but I'm wearing it. Nothing wrong with that, but there's too much silly shit. I mean, there's just too much silly shit on TV, and it just makes me so upset. I'm like, okay, it's cool to just live and accept the reality, but we need to really start talking about there are reptilians eating people and killing people and kidnapping children and eating them and raping them, and we need to talk about this shit. I'm just so tired of, there's crap in the air, there's nanotechnology in the air that we're breathing, and then these people can read our thoughts and stuff. Like, this is real. I mean, this ain't no science fiction bullshit. Like, this is real shit. The Most High has shown me this stuff. He's like, the Most High is like, he or she said, the Most High can't really define what they look like. It's just a energy, a presence. They said, tell them what you saw. I'm like, they're gonna think I'm crazy. And you know what the Most High told me? They already think you're crazy. It don't even matter. This whole world is insane. Just say what it is and and do the right thing and be on your way. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep fighting for the truthers. I'm gonna give some shout outs here. I like this person named Kaninigan. He does a lot of research on reptilians. Kaninigan. I like this guy named Seven Boomar. Am I pronouncing that right? He does a lot of research on spiritual stuff in the Matrix. There's a lot of people I really like. There's a woman I really like following. Her name is Mary 40, and she talks about MK Ultra and celebrities and blood sacrifice and things like that. Truth Never Sleeps. I love his channel. He's so funny. He's a hardcore Christian, even though I'm not a Christian, but I don't care what you are. You Christian, Muslim, whatever. If you're fighting for the truth, I'm on your team. You know, I just don't want to be fighting over, oh, you believe in this and you believe in that and you're into the occult and no, as long as we're fighting for the truth, it shouldn't even matter what we fucking believe. As long as we're not believing in killing and raping children or some craziness, like, I don't believe in that shit. Okay? As long as we're on a positive path and we're fighting for truth, our religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs shouldn't even matter. Spiritual people fighting, no is this and no is that. Okay, we're fighting the beast here. We're fighting the beast system, which is the Matrix. We're fighting a beast system, and we don't have time to be fighting about it's Allah this and Jesus this and that. I mean, come on. Let's first figure out, why are we in the Matrix and how the fuck do we get out of here? Starting off with, why the hell is there nanotechnology in the air and in the water, and then there's sex hormones in the food, and most of this food is not even real, it's cloned. Especially in the poorer communities, in the urban communities, some of that shit ain't even food. I remember I used to go to the Chinese spot. This was before I was vegetarian. I used to get the beef and broccoli. That was my favorite. That was my favorite. I was conscious, but I was a conscious person. since I was a kid, but I was like kind of, I was kind of ratchet. I ain't gonna lie. I went to the beef and broccoli spot, and I was like, this shit is not beef. I don't give a fuck what anyone tells me. This shit from the Chinese spot is not fucking beef. I'm not beef. So I stopped eating Chinese food because I got scared. I'm like, something's not right about this meat at this Chinese spot. You gotta be careful. I mean, the older I get, the more I'm starting to see how fucked up things are. But the good thing is not everything's fucked up, because once you start to learn, which is the most important thing, is love, peace, connecting with others in your life, and connecting to the Most High, your higher power. And even though we're in the Matrix, there's nothing we could do about this shitty place we're in. We can make the best of it until we transition soulfully. Because I actually did a tarot reading on this. I asked the tarot, did I talk about this in another video? I asked the tarot, what can I do about the Matrix? How do I get out of the Matrix? What can I do about this? Like, what can I do? And you know what the cards told me, which made me laugh? The cards, I got cards, it's on my phone. I took a picture of it. I can't remember exactly which cards I got. I think it was a cups card, but I will have to show you guys. But basically what the cards told me was, there ain't nothing you could do about this shit. There's nothing you could do. All you could do is transcend. That's all it said. Like, there's nothing you could. The Matrix is already messed up. Now, Earth was originally a spiritual school, because most of the planets were basically spiritual schools, just to experience physical. I asked my higher power, what's the purpose of being human? It's just for experience. It's for gaining knowledge. And this Earth was supposed to be a spiritual school where souls could come aware, remembering where they came from and where they're going, and with their memories intact. That something happened and the system was hacked by, I would say, extraterrestrial dark forces. And this is where we're at now. And because if you take the higher governments and elite made deals with these beings. One of these deals I've read was the Greada Treaty, which is the treaty between the aliens and the government. That the government can, if they want technology and the aliens want to abduct people and study them and take their fluids and clone people and stuff like that. So we were sold out. So our own humankind sold us out to the dark forces. And this is why our world is where it's at today. If our government just said, fuck you guys, no, fuck these dark forces and screw these aliens and these horrible extraterrestrials who do horrible things to people, rape people, kill people, eat people, put people in tanks and just feed off of their fluids and stuff. I don't want to get into it because I've seen this in a dream, so I'm speaking from the dream that I had. I actually started drawing this stuff in my artwork. I have to get that together and show you guys, because it's in some of my artwork. Like I had a picture where I drew, I was laying on the bed and there was a reptilian guy behind me. I think my spiritual consciousness was picking up on there was a reptilian consciousness around me. These beings come from a different dimension, or they're shapeshifters. They're just out of visible sight. I think they operate on the other light spectrums and the other light frequencies. Yeah. And then there's some things living underground as well, and they especially in the poorer communities, the black communities. I just want to say black because they want the melanin, they want the adrenochrome, and they want the melanin. I think I'm going in too hard right now. Because I'm in the spirit, so I'm like just talking for everything that I've been shown in my mind. I'm just going in, like, they want melanin and adrenochrome and blood and fluids, and it's just horrible. That's why I gotta talk about this shit. Like, this is all stuff I'm doing research on, and guys, just pray for me. I'm going on my spiritual journey. I'm really coming out. I'm not afraid anymore. The first thing I had to learn at my spiritual temple was stopped being afraid of these shadow people and these reptilians, and I stopped being afraid because they feed off of negative energy, and you keep getting scared of them. If you stop being afraid of them, like whatever, they kind of just get upset, you know, because they can't feed. Like it's like a drug to them. Anyway, you can mostly see these beings when you take pictures and you see orbs and stuff. Like you see, like when you do videos, because cameras, they don't have the cameras are able to pick up all colors, especially HD. There's different types of there's cameras that can pick up ultraviolet and infrared rays, and these cameras aren't limited the way our human bodies were, because our genetics were fucked up by these beings, these dark forces and stuff, and these aliens. They shut down our ability to see certain things, because when we first were souls coming to this planet to learn, we had all our sight. We had very high. This is why the ancients were more technologically advanced and more spiritually advanced than we are now, because this is a downward. We're going backwards. Actually, this is the Satanist satanic doctrine, where do everything backwards. So if you want to keep it real, we're not advancing. We're actually devolving. The ancient civilizations, they knew what they were doing. They could space travel and all this stuff. It was not a problem. That was kid stuff to them. Now, to us, it's like, wow, going to the space and putting a satellite, that ain't shit. That's not shit. We're actually going backwards. And another problem that's going on with our world today is that technology, this is exactly why these aliens don't have our best interests in mind, because why would they give us technology before we are spiritually advanced or emotionally advanced? Because when you give technology to beings that aren't balanced, something bad is bound to happen. Because you have all this power, but you don't have heart, and you don't have soul, and you don't have balance, so you have a destructive nature. So that's what's going on now, and we're moving backwards. I mean, yeah, we got computers and all this stuff, but they've been had this stuff. This ain't nothing. In ancient Kemet, they had shit like this. Computers, they didn't use stuff like this. They used crystals. They used like certain rocks and crystals and holograms and things like that. I mean, they did this shit. We're just, look, we're on the satanic doctrine, because that's the elitists. They're into the satanic thing with the Aleister Crowley OTO shit, where they everything is moving backwards. The elites have technology, crystals, and all this stuff, and we get all the bullshit. We're just slaves. I mean, they don't give a fuck about us. We're just human resources. That's what they call us. We're just resources. We're here to build and work and stay busy while they rule this world, because I think some of these beings cannot get out of the lower dimensions. So they rather rule this world and take it over, because they're not going to move farther spiritually, because they're locked into, like the character Cypher in the Matrix. He liked the steak. He liked the steak dinners. He liked the girls. He liked the Matrix. And these beings, they like the Matrix. They like manipulating it. They like getting what they want and being gods and kings. And if they rather be gods and kings in a fake world than in lower dimensions, you know. So that's what I went off on a tangent here. I was, wow. See, when I'm in spirit, I just be going and going and going, and everyone's like, damn, what the fuck, can she get to the point? The point is, we're in a spiritual battle, and every day is a battle. I would suggest everyone pray every night to whatever power you believe in. Just get right with the Most High, get right with yourself, ask for protection. These people do rituals every single day, creating vortexes. I've seen it in my dreams. My brother, who passed away years ago, actually showed these vortices. I don't know if I said it right. I sound really, I sound like I need to open a book. The vortex. There are purple vortexes around a lot of areas, and those were negative energy, implosion of souls, which are the inverse of it's the inverse of what the soul's supposed to be, kind of like a star that implodes upon itself and turns into a black hole. That's what's happening on the spiritual level. These vortexes are everywhere, And they're even little ones. There's huge ones. There's a huge one near where the World Trade Center fell. When I was in New York and I walked by the World Trade Center when they were building it, I felt a very heavy energy, and I saw a huge vortex. It was large. So they're opening these vortexes, and these beings are coming in, and it's a lot of shit going on. And me just even talking about it is these, every time I talk about this stuff, these beings come to me and they threaten me. They really do, because I have ancestors and I have people who visit me on a constant basis to give me information because they know I want it. And I pray. I gotta hurry up, guys. I'm about to run out of time, but I pray, and people, like, I call them my helpers. They're not demons, but these are more benevolent ancestors and kind of like angelic extraterrestrials. They come and they give me information. They tell me to tell people, draw. They want me to draw this stuff. I'd be like, but my art, I need to get better at my art. Like, they're like, bitch. Some of my ancestors are funny. They're like, bitch, you need to stop and just do this shit. Yeah, sometimes the ancestors are not always what you think, like they're this holy angels. Like, sometimes it just be some regular ass people, like a cousin or something. Like, bitch, you better draw this shit. You better tell the truth. Yeah, my ancestors are a funny bunch. There's one ancestor that visited me a lot. He had very long dreads, and he's wearing all white. And I was like, who is this guy? He visited me a lot, and he's an ancestor, and he be telling me stuff, and he's so funny. Like, he's a regular dude. He's like, you need to talk about the this and that. I'd be like, but like, just talk about it. Alright, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here because my camera's gonna stop. But thank you for listening to me rant, and I'm gonna keep continuing my truth journey and my spiritual journey, and I'm gonna fight for what's right. And let's keep fighting, guys, and have a great night. Ah, that rhymes.